Hi Gemini, welcome to your May 2018 reading. My name is Donatella and I will be doing your forecast this month. Currently this month is in the actions and the traditions of Taurus. And Taurus is the persistent provider of the zodiac. It's the sign that helps us seek security and enjoy the earthly pleasures, and it helps us get the job done. During this time, we really think about what we want as far as luxury, beauty, and high-quality goods. And we really thrive on anything which pleases us to the senses. More than likely, because of that, you'll be more into production and you're going to be wanting to put energy into that power. You just have to be really careful, though, and make sure that that power does not become control. You are more naturally attuned to nature and you're very practical during this time. And in your life lesson, you will learn during this time that it's really about patience. So as we move away from April, we learn to reset, we learn to recalibrate and recharge ourselves because of life circumstances. And as you go and do that, you're going to really think about who you are as far as your hidden self. What you're keeping away from others, what you're really not sharing with others, how you're really feeling. And you'll feel like the more that you go within and really understand yourself and really accept, yourself, and you have friends to share it with, you're gonna feel more relief. You're gonna feel more relief in yourself. And especially like if you understand how to get over one hurdle, then as time progresses, it's going to be much easier and easier for you to get over more and more hurdles as time progresses. What you need to understand that during this time, our mood and our feelings will respond in a Sagittarius way, because there's going to be a new moon on May 15, 2018. So please make sure that you mark down your calendars. The new moon will represent the end of one cycle and the beginning of another new 28-day cycle. But I just want to tell you, Gemini, that you're really lucky, because on June 12th, it's going to be a very, very lucky day for you. Around June 12th, June 13th, around that week. It could be also your birthday too, but something about that time for you is just going to be a very lucky time. So, just mark that on your calendar. Okay, so what I was going to tell you is that, remember when I was telling you about the full moon? This full moon is represented in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a sign that will call out to adventure and initiation into greater truth and greater freedom, and opposing the feeling of duality, and actually like understanding really what it is, who you are, what you want, really what everything is for what it is. And the reason for this is that it illuminates our soul's wisdom as we create our future. And as we create our future with love, you create it also with vulnerability, and you also create it with truth. So it's really a beautiful time. And on May 29th is the time that you would try to accomplish the things that you started on a new moon, carrying out what happened during May 15th. So just, pay attention to that time, because it will be really important to you. But I do want to tell you, there is a planet which is called Saturn, and Saturn transits to each of us to make sure that we take responsibility for ourselves. And at the outset of a Saturn transit, we might feel like the world is a cold, cold place. And Capricorn, which is the sign that belongs to Saturn, it is going to be in its home for the next 3 years. And what that means is it's really more focused on your success as a person as a whole. It's going to make you more responsible for yourself, so that way you can get into the direction that you want. Sometimes it's just going to pull you there. You don't realize what a success you really are. And it just gets you to that place of determination, and so that way you could be the best person that you can be. But it's a lot of discipline. It's not a very easy path sometimes. So it will, for the next 3 years, I really do want to tell you, you're going to have to need a lot of faith in yourself. You're going to have to be really close to prayer. You're going to have to be really close to a higher source. You're going to have to find supportive groups. You're going to have to find supportive friends. You're going to find times where you just have anxiety and you just don't even know why. But it's because this energy is trying to clear, and it clears it into something really good later on, as long as you decide the path that you want is the right path for you. Now, if you're going to take a path in light, you're going to end up on the path that's really good for you, and it's going to be the most purest, honest, beautiful way. But if you pick that dark path, then you're going to have to pick that dark pathway. So you just really have to find what is really right for you. And this is the time to really think about it, because that cutoff will be December 17th, 2020. By then, you've already gotten to that path, and you will be at that path for a very long time. So it's going to be a very life-changing time during this time. And this is why I decided to start my YouTube channel during this time, because it was really imperative that I got my message out there. So like I was telling you, it's going to feel like an uphill battle that eventually really does lead to success if that is what you want. Perseverance is definitely rewarded. The rewards are usually delayed though, so that's what I do need to tell you. And that's the point, that the results are long-lasting. With Saturn in Capricorn, we have a sense that we should work hard for what we want if we want it to last, grow, and strengthen. So it's really important that you start that idea now, and that as you see your progression, you don't give up, you persevere, and you get to exactly where you want to go in your life. And remember that Jupiter is in Scorpio this year. So this is the year that you need to think about what you want as far as career, because this whole year you're going to have an open door of opportunities. Each one, whatever you pick, is going to be long lasting for the next 12 years. So it is a cycle. These cycles do change. So remember, when you're starting a new fresh cycle, you got to really be considering what it is you really want. And from April 24th to May 19th, Venus will be in Gemini. And what that means is that you will have an insatiable thirst for learning and knowing, and having a curious mind when it comes to how love works. And you're going to be concerned with the things that people have that make them happy. Like, what is it really that makes someone happy? Because when that planet is in Gemini, it's going to really be making you think about what is luxurious. You know, you're gonna have like you're gonna be really thinking about what it is about Venus. What is so alluring about a goddess? What is so beautiful about being a goddess or being with a goddess? You're gonna really think about women and how they're goddesses. And or even like the luxury to things. You're going to be able to appreciate the finer things like art, jewelry, luxury cars. And then you're also going to be thinking about the delicious food that you have, the drink, and the gorgeous home that you want, and the person who could provide that for you, or how you could provide that with someone else. You know, you're really thinking about designing the life that you want. And right now your door is open to create that. So as you go through this tumultuous time, you're going to be thinking, oh, I can't do it, or it's too tiresome, or what's the point, you know? But if you don't take that train, sometimes you could really miss it. And also, as I see the pattern of these Geminis, and I don't know if this is affecting you, but I just, right now I just thought about mentioning it, that, there was some weird statements that were made by President Donald Trump. There's also some weird statements that were made by Kanye West. And there was also some actions that were made by G-Eazy that were really questionable during this time. And 2 out of 3 have said something about drugs. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. But if you feel like there is someone in your life who is toxic, who is has an addiction problem, or if you feel like you have an addiction problem, I hope that you have an outlet that you can talk to someone, because it's definitely nice to, you know, have drinks and have fun, you know, especially when you're celebrating and you're enjoying people and enjoying others. But if it's used as a crutch because we're numbing our feelings, or we're numbing our reality, we can't really shift our reality if we're shutting off our feelings. So if you feel like you've been having to shut off your feelings, or if you feel like you've been having to find a loophole, maybe, Gemini, it's really important for you to have a friend to really talk to, and really think about what you want in your life, and not be afraid to discuss what it is that would really make you feel whole. So that way you don't have to go through different loopholes and think different ways. Because what I want to tell you is that from March to April, every year, usually during that time, your planet is ruled by Mercury, okay? And during that time every year, it's like the actions that you want to put into your life, your life almost feels impossible during that time. And it feels just like it's just very hard as far as communicating things. But what I want to tell you is that this season is changing. And once it starts becoming your season and your birthday month, you're going to really start feeling like yourself again, and you're not going to feel this feeling where you can't express yourself. And that's what this new moon is about. It's about expressing yourself, your truths, and your wants, and your desires, and really who you are as a human. Because I feel as though there was a time that you could really celebrate and be yourself, and it's so sensitive and so delicate now that you can't really celebrate like you wanted to. And if there's something that you can share with the other Geminis on my page, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Because if there are Geminis that do feel alone, and that feel like, you know, they have something that they can share, and you guys can actually talk about it amongst each other, because you guys are a tribe. You guys need to understand that, you know, when you see another Gemini as yourself, you are a tribe. And you guys could really discuss something that you guys could understand. And maybe there is another Gemini who is much more evolved, that can understand the process that you've been through, that can really help you, you know, heal from this. Or maybe even another Virgo sign. Because their planet is in Mercury, and you guys share a planet. So Gemini, if you have a friend or in a relationship with a person that is the same planet as you, it's really, really important that you can communicate how you feel. Now, without further ado, I will start your reading now. Okay, so the first card that I get is an Empress, the Empress. And the Empress usually reminds me of Taurus or Virgo, because that's who she represents. And this person has always luxurized, or has always been abundant. And either you're thinking about this type of person who has this persona where they dress so nice, they're breathless, they're beautiful, they're always abundant, they're always, you know, they're just fertile. They just remind you of just such a fertile, beautiful, luxurious person. Such a beauty, such a gorgeous, gorgeous beauty. And either this is you, or this is just someone that you always think about, but they're just so breathtaking. They just have that air of energy and that love. Like as they walk through, they have that atmosphere of hearts radiating around them. I don't know how to explain it, but just stars around them. But what crosses it is the Tower. So either you're thinking that this relationship is completely dysfunctional, or whatever it has to do with this Empress, or if it has to do with you or your home life or whatever you're going through. The reason why this is not functional is because of the situations that are going on in home. There's something that is going on within you that is just, it makes you question a lot. The foundation is just not firm. That's what it is. You just need to understand that the foundation sometimes is not firm. But you can also, but it's crossing that. So there is something that you can rebuild. There is something that you can do for yourself to make yourself happy. It's just, you just have to let this crumble so that way you can be happy again. Okay. So right now I have, what's on your mind is you're really thinking, what if I can do something that people could just work together? You know, we all have our own passionate desires. I do understand everybody needs to be happy. I do understand everybody has their own rights. I accept it now. I accept what needs to be done. But we also need to accept that we need to work together, because I'm really starting to think about how people need to function, and how strife isn't good, and how a world does need to be a better place. And what made you realize that was when you didn't get justice in your life in the distant past. There was something that happened to you that you feel like it didn't work out in your favor. But whatever that didn't work out in your favor, Gemini, was meant to be. Because there was a road that you were supposed to take and experience. And in this experience, if you would have never had that experience, you would have been sitting in duality for the rest of your life. You would have never had an adventure that you were supposed to take where you're at now. And there is a delay. There is a delay in the love connection that you want. And I have the Lover's card upside down. And this can mean a couple different things, okay? It can mean that you're away from your soulmate, and it, you know, it really does hurt you. Where you wish that you could spend time with them, where you don't have enough time with them. And this is someone that you wish that you could just talk to and be real with and love. Or this can mean, this is also a card that represents your sign. So the Lover's card actually represents Gemini, because they're twin people. So it could represent your soulmate. Either you're broken up, or you're not living in the same place, or you guys both have careers and you guys have to figure it out. You guys live far away, or, you know, there's just some kind of separation. And you're really going to be thinking about it more, you know, towards like the middle of this month. You're going to think about changing your world and changing your life, and making something happen where you can actually have a relationship. You can actually have a commitment with someone. You're really going to think about, what is it that I want in a commitment? Like, you know, I really want something where it's like really for me, truly for me. And you're going to start realizing that the world is such a big place where you can actually have what you want, but you have to share that joy. You have to share that love. You have to express that love. You have to go towards that love. You can't be thinking about unfairness. You have to think about that you can have it. But the thing is that I do understand that maybe the family lifestyle that you have right now is not the picture perfect idea, because I have the Ten of Coins and it's reversed. And when it's reversed, it's just this feeling of, why are we not getting along together so that way we can create some abundance? Because that's really my goal. I want us to get along together. I want everyone to get along together so we can create abundance. Because really that's my goal. Why can't everybody just get along together so we can have abundance? Because life should be just a huge party. You know? We should all be friends. We should all be happy and just enjoy life and live good. But you see this Knight of Pentacles. It's this person that could possibly be an earth sign. They are a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And if they are this person, Gemini, you don't understand that this person really does go slow, because they really want to make sure what is real is real. And and if it is this person, they have a hard time communicating it with you, because there's some things that are just not understood. Now, if it's not a sign that you know, you're not involved with a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo, then it's you trying to figure out how you can slowly put your finances together and having the life that you ultimately want to create. Because after that is created, I see you charging up quickly and swiftly and swooping up that person or whoever you want to be with, or do whatever you want. You're just waiting for alliances. You're waiting for things to get along. You're waiting for, you know, a situation to improve. But what I want to tell you though is, it's really, honestly, clearly, I feel that I see a clear path. It's just you now feeling like you're impatient of a financial stability, or the stability of people getting along and actually working together. Because you always believe that there could be progress, but it's the progress of others working together where there's more progress created. So I do get it. I do get what you want, and you can accomplish it. But you have to set yourself to your goal. You have to never give up. You have to also believe in yourself. And sometimes you go and get advice from others, or you get ideas from others, and you have to really, truly, truly sit by yourself and think about what is it that you want, so that way you can manifest what you want. And if there is someone that's unhappy in your life right now, or things are being delayed right now, what could you do to progress that instead of numbing yourself? What could you do to raise that vibration and become a happier person, a more joyous person? And what can you do so that way you can make others' lives easier, so that way you can feel better for yourself? Because honestly, your delay is in yourself, and when you find yourself again, your finances will pick up, and when you pick up your finances, you could actually make your life progress a little bit better, which will help you focus more on saying the right things rather than worrying about saying the wrong things this whole time. Because I feel like you've been having a hard time expressing what you've been trying to express too. So give it that time. Give it, find a way where you can make a career change, where you can have, not a career change, but, maybe it is a career change that you need, but there is some kind of stability that you need to work through, whether it's the alliances or the people or the passion that you have. There's something that you want to go towards, and it has to have clear communication, but it won't start until you make yourself more stable, where you're actually grounded and you're not frustrated and you're not numbing yourself, but you're coming from a real authentic place, Gemini. I love you very much, you guys, and I hope that there is healing across the world. I hope that everyone finds their peace and finds their peace of mind and finds the friendships that they need and the alliances that they need, so that they are not alone, you guys. And I send many blessings to you, Gemini. I hope and pray for much abundance, and that you have everything that you need in your life, and that you always never feel alone, and that if you ever feel alone, that you just pray that you have everything that you need, and believe in faith and have faith for yourself that you do already have everything that you need. And if you don't see it physically right now, just have that faith and you will have it in your hands. It's just a matter of belief for you to have everything that you need. And in God's time, Gemini, what is meant for you will happen. And if it's not meant for you, God is sending you something even better for you. Okay? Thank you guys again for your time. Hopefully I'll see you guys at the end of the month when I make a culmination video. And again, for your follow-up video, because I know your birthday's coming up and I'm super excited for you. So we will see each other again soon. You guys take care, and I wish you so much. I wish you well.